I've done a video on how I believe cars should be designed, and in there I touched upon something that James May has said in the past, where a nice looking car isn't a service to you, it's a service to everybody around the car. Everybody gets to see it, because most of the time you're sat in the driver's seat. And it's made me think how impractical supercars actually are, and it's something that's well known. It's not as if I'm the first person to come up with this, but it does just make you think. I think one valid element of them being not very practical is the fact that's part of the luxury of a supercar. Part of it is you get to say, yeah, I don't care about the boot space because I'm this rich. I'm this rich, I can buy a car that doesn't make any sense and just makes a lot of noise and looks great. And that's entirely the market that they're normally set up for. But then it makes you think, when these influencers and someone that's, spending all their net worth on a supercar, it's just like, why are you doing that? If you saved up 600 grand to spend on a Ferrari F8 or something, and that is, all your savings, all that you've got on the side, and you can't even go to the shops properly in it, like what's the point? It does feed into the idea of actual wage. If you earn millions a year, you're able to afford one of these, because it's not a massive dint in you, and it's a symbol of your success. If you win the postcode lottery and win, I don't know, 100 grand or something, let's just say, and you go and buy a second-hand Lambo with that, it's just like, what are you doing? That money is gone. I think when you're stretching and you've got a budget where you're talking supercar money, and it's the only car you're going to have, you do really need to think about things like its practicality. And I think this is when luxury SUVs come into place. As much as I don't like them, they sort of make sense when you're trying to do that. When you're trying to incorporate multiple purposes into one vehicle and then make it luxurious on top, and to the point where you're getting your money's worth for 100 grand, it sort of makes sense why something like the G63 or an SQ8 exist, a Lambo Urus, that kind of thing. I just don't think it does the job correctly. I think if you're looking to spend that kind of money on something like that, just work harder. Like if you suddenly got 100 grand to spend on a car, work a bit harder, invest it, and then get two cars that do two of the jobs correctly. It's like when you're trying to do multiple things at once, you're trying to multitask. Focus on one thing. That will lead to the best results in each area when you focus and spend the right amount of time on each thing. And that's what separate cars will do. That's why people have a commuter of a hatchback and then a weekend car. That's the purpose of a weekend car. I think not enough people have that in mind, or they don't like cars enough. And you can probably lump me in with that category, because I'm talking here like I'm all righteous and I own and drive a bloody white Fiesta. So take what I say with a pinch of bloody salt.